for what you got. Some people may not have that, but just be thankful. Whatever you got, let's go.
Oh, you may not drive a great big Cadillac.
Student affairs in residence life. A history of leadership, compassion, execution, and a commitment to the holistic success of students. This history is a demonstration of triumph, the ability to support our institutions in times of change. In higher education, this leadership led the path to every historical inclusion, making our campuses some of the most diverse communities in the world. Today, we have and are weathering one of the most tumultuous times in our profession's history. But like times of old, we have made our history. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2021 Morgan State University Office of Residence Life and Housing Student and Staff Appreciation Banquet. Make your history. And now, here are some words from Dr. David K. Wilson, our university's president, and Dr. Kevin Banks, the vice president for the Division of Student Affairs.
Good afternoon, everyone who is attending our annual staff appreciation banquet within the Office of Residence Life and Housing. You really have come through an incredible and unimaginable year at our national treasure. We are so appreciative of your dedication, of your commitment, of your steadfastness to ensure that the university community that is relying upon you, our students who are on the campus who are relying upon you, the staff who are on campus who are relying upon you, have been able to move forward in this pandemic in the way that has made all of us stronger and more resilient. I know as we gather this afternoon to show our appreciation to all of you, that during this year, you have experienced loss, you have experienced tragedy, you have experienced everything that larger communities and families have experienced. And for that, I know that it has been a challenge. But I want you to know that through it all, you have remained strong. You have remained vigilant. And you have understood all too well what it means to make your own history. I think you have understood that because in conversations that I've had with many of you, the emails that I read from many of you, you understand the great history of the institution in which you are dedicating so much of your energy, your time, and your commitment. I think you understand that over 153 years, Morgan State University has been faced with unbelievable challenges. And every time we have been faced with a challenge, we have emerged stronger on the other side, just as you are emerging stronger on what I call the west side of COVID. We are planning to move toward a full reopening of our campus starting in the midsummer. We know that the best laid plans must be revisited during this pandemic because COVID will always have the last word. But we can't wait to reunite in a face-to-face environment with each and every one of you. That is why we are planning a resocialization and reacculturation activity at our national treasure. Because we want this to be like a reunification of our family. And so I can't wait to personally, in a face-to-face environment, welcome all of you back to Morgan State University, an institution we care so deeply about, our national treasure, as we continue our quest here to grow the future and lead the world. Congratulations to all of you on a year of remarkable service, and we are so appreciative for your ongoing commitment.
Good evening, Morganites. I'm Kevin Banks, your Vice President for Student Affairs. First and foremost, I'd like to just express how proud I am of the Office of Residential Life and Housing. Over the last year, they have stepped up and they have really taken on many duties and activities that one could never imagine. They've been here, some of them have been here since March when we sent all the students home, and they are been here with us throughout this duration. And I just want to say thank you, because it takes a lot to be here during a pandemic and be dedicated to serving students. And each and every one, from our student resident assistants, our desk assistants, and our resident directors, have really played an integral role in making sure that our students are successful here and being treated well. I know that there's not enough thank yous to go around, but I want to say to Dr. Gwynn, Justin Hall, and Ms. McLaurin, job well done. We couldn't have did this without you. And so on behalf of the Division of Student Affairs and the rest of the university community, we thank you for your leadership. We thank you for caring about our students. And we look forward to a full reopening in the fall where we can breathe a little bit easier, even though we're still being a pandemic. We know we can breathe a little bit easier knowing that we have some dedicated colleagues who care about students' well-being and success. Thank you.
Deliver on the promise of the experiences and expectations of our ancestors, their blood, their sacrifices, and their lives. Deliver on the unending fight to see our ancestors' efficacy as the strength to resist and overcome all oppressions, as they have been and are designed to create within you a perpetual state of self-loathing. Deliver on the truth of your existence, resolve, impact, beauty, and love, which continues to sustain and challenge you to your right and purpose to give life. Deliver.
Thank you, Dr. Wilson and Dr. Banks. Your leadership and support is much appreciated. My thanks to Nigel Campbell Christie for our opening affirmation, Deliver. To the ORL&H family, the Office of Residence Life and Housing, and our guests, welcome. Welcome to the annual Office of Residence Life and Housing Student Staff Appreciation Banquet. This year's theme is Make Your History. So what do I mean by make your history? Make your history is an affirmation that speaks to what is already a part of who we are. Individuals of perseverance, determination, and courage. This year's Office of Residence Life and Housing Appreciation Banquet is a celebration. It is a reflection of who we are in student affairs and the Office of Residence Life and Housing. The COVID-19 event has challenged all of our foundational principles and skills, but we have made history. And now I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Lawrence Lockett, who is our resident director for Harper-Tubman Hall, who will provide our invocation.
Thank you for that greeting, Dr. Gwynn. My name is Mr. Lockett. I am the resident director of Harper-Tubman House, and I have the distinct privilege and pleasure to give the invocation for the Office of Residence Life and Housing's virtual banquet for today. Let's bow our heads and close our eyes. Dear Lord, we just thank you for just gathering us all here together virtually. Although we would love to be in person, we just know that when your spirit is here, your presence is here, we are all still connected anyway. So just thank you for this time. Thank you for the success of the students. Thank you for the success of the staff. It's been a really rough year, but we still got through it. And we're here to celebrate those achievements today. So just be with us. Let us have a good time of laughs and smiles, even on some serious things we can talk through. But we just know that those particular things that we got through, it's a journey, it's a process. We just know that even our layover isn't our final destination. So let us continue to press forward in excellence, in success, because that's what this department models. So we just thank you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Lockett, for the invocation. And now we will have Miss Faith Oliver, who will be coming to us in song.
Hello, everyone. My name is Faith Oliver, and I will be singing Never Enough from The Greatest Showman. I'm trying to hold my breath, let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set off a dream in me, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand, will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, all the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough, never be enough for me. Never, 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 never for me, for me. Never enough, never enough, never enough for me, for me, for me. All the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough, never be enough for me. Never, 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 never for me. Never enough, never, never, never enough, never, never, never enough, never, never for me, for me. For me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Oliver, for your song. Very, very beautifully done. For Student Affairs and the Office of Residence Life and Housing, there is a documented history of how we have made and continue to make history.
Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac,
Our history speaks to how we have steadfastly made student success our focus and our commitment, regardless of the challenges that have come before us.
you may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got.
And now it is my pleasure to announce this year's awardees.
This year, we will be celebrating and awarding the ORL&H family. We have been through this year as a family, and we've come through this year as a family. So each director will be providing their express appreciation for their respective areas.
Greetings. My name is Nikisha McLaurin, and I am the Associate Director of Operations for the Office of Residence Life and Housing. I am here today to just say thank you to the housekeeping and maintenance staff. Over the past year, you guys have demonstrated your commitment to the Office of Residence Life and Housing, to Morgan State University, and most importantly, to our students. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed, and we truly, truly appreciate everything that you have done. We just want to say thank you. Ms. Richie Harris, thank you. Thank you for your kind soul and your willingness to learn. Trina Washington, thank you for your leadership and your fiery, tenacious, go-getter spirit. Ms. Karen Smead, thank you. Thank you for your quiet and poised attitude. Mr. Rufus, thank you, Mr. Rufus. Thank you for your playful demeanor and your willingness to work through even when it gets tough. Mr. Quilton Willis, thank you. Thank you for your many years of service and institutional knowledge. Duran Carter, thank you. Thank you for your alternative worldviews and your willingness to get the job done. Tanya Carter, thank you for your incredible creativity and your willingness to bring our team together. Joan Smith, what can I say about my Joan? Thank you for your willingness to complete the job and your dedication to the Office of Residence Life and Housing. Miss Elisa Carter, thank you for your job knowledge, thorough job knowledge, and being our pinch hitter. Miss Terry Tate, thank you for making sure we get it done right and for putting our students first. Mr. Roger Chapman, thank you for your consistent dedication to the department and your willingness to get the job done. Mr. Mark Whitfield, thank you for your upbeat personality and your ability to jump in at a moment's notice to complete the task. Mr. Melvin Ferguson, thank you for your gentle spirit and your musical inclination, keeping us on beat and marching to the same tune. Ms. Doreen Wiley, thank you for your dedication and your desire to make sure that we put our students first. Ms. Tashia Corporal, thank you for your job knowledge and your desire to keep our students first and in the front of our minds. Mr. Faustin Kabinda, thank you for being our strong, silent partner and one who is open and flexible in getting the job done. Mr. Theo Nation, thank you for your jovial personality and your team player attitude. Ms. Lakeisha Chavis, thank you. Thank you for your incredible dedication and willingness to support the entire department and your ability to go the extra mile. What can I say about Tyra? Ms. Tyra McCall, even though your Technically, in a different department, you will always be a member of the Office of Residence Life and Housing. And I want to thank you for your passion and your unwavering dedication to our students. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Larry Foster. I want to thank you for being a pillar of strength and guidance for the entire department. He has upheld me personally and professionally. His willingness to jump in and assist throughout the entire department is unmatched. You, Mr. Foster, are my professional backbone. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Renee Bowen, the Assistant Director for the Academic Enrichment Program. Today I would like to thank my team, especially my tutors. They have been so instrumental in our progress this semester, this last academic year actually, from creating syllabus to doing online marketing, tutoring high school students. That's coming soon. But they have just been willing and just ready to adapt to the change. And I want to thank you for all that you have done this academic year. And since I've met most of you, you have been instrumental in our success in AEP. To Ashley, I want to say a special thank you to you and for your leadership with the Evolve Women. I honor you for your resourcefulness, your guidance to the young ladies, and for taking time to look for new methods and ways of doing things to help the growth of Evolve. We've been talking about getting Evolve global, and it's going to come. And I believe with your leadership, we will get there sooner than later. I thank you all, to all my staff, for just being there and being supporting of the purpose of the department, for supporting our vision in AEP, so for supporting my vision. So I just want to thank you all for the success of AEP. Keep adapting, keep transforming, keep growing, keep smiling, and most importantly, make your history.
Over this past year, we've experienced a period in Morgan State's history that could be characterized as simply a roller coaster. This year was wrought with turns of political and racial uncertainties, twists as we had to adjust to the new living standards based on COVID, and for many, bumps, as for the first time, some of us had to come to grips with the standards of self-care and wellness. It's been rough. Through it all, I'm proud to say that we in ORL&H were victorious in meeting every challenge head on. And I believe it's due in part by the staff that we have employed within our ranks. Under my purview, I have the pleasure of supervising the members that make up the resident assistants, desk attendants, and night managers. Each and every one of you all have gone much further than above and beyond. You've excelled. You've exceeded each and every expectation, and for that, I say thank you. And to those that keep me up almost every night, I'm appreciative of the hard work, dedication, but more importantly, the leadership of the Resident Hall Directors team. This year, the RDs were pulled in many directions, pulled in directions that required them to wear numerous hats. From supporting outside departments with programmatic initiatives to facilitating and managing Morgan's COVID testing site, each and every one of our RDs has had to wear a hat that was different than what they signed up for, and they did it without hesitation. So on this day, I would like to give an enormous thank you to each and every one of the RDs that have served in the capacity this year. Ms. Woods, Ms. Jess, Ms. Wana, Ms. Jackson, Mr. Baker, Mr. Coleman, Mr. Adams, and Mr. Lockett. Without your hard work and your leadership, this year would not have been such a huge success, and I sincerely and personally thank you for your dedication.
Hello, my name is Lakeisha Jackson, Senior Resident Director at HH Midtown. To one of my favorite staff members, my only staff member, Jordan, thank you so much for all that you do. From meeting you when you were a freshman to hiring you in Blount and to working with you now as a senior in HH, it's been such a great journey for me watching you grow and develop. I appreciate everything that you do for the department and your dedication and hard work. And I know as you graduate, you'll go on to do nothing but great things. Again, thank you so much for all your hard work, and I wish you nothing but the best.
BC, we are here. We made it to the very end. I am Mr. Baker, your resident director, of course, and I just wanted to take the time and have the opportunity to thank you for your diligence and your hard work. I mentioned it very early on in the beginning of the last semester, of our fall semester, that if we make it through all the way until May, that we are all survivors. We're going to remember this time for the rest of our lives. They're going to study the pandemic long after we are no longer here. And for you to get to the finish line graciously and do programs and connect with students, provide resources, and wear many different hats throughout this academic term in this school year shows who you are. And I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being my first staff, on-campus staff in traditional housing, where BC, where we inspire minds and cultivate trailblazers. And each and every one of you have done that diligently and gracefully, and I can't thank you enough. I'm proud of every single one of you. The majority of us, of my staff, are seniors, so I have 4 on the right of me, 4 on the left of me, and we'll all be graduating together. Us as a team and a collective work really did some great, great things in Baldwin and Cummins this past year. Remember, we were the only ones open on campus last fall, so we wouldn't have all these other residence hall opens if we wasn't doing what we were supposed to do and complying with all the policies and procedures and everything and embracing the students and having a fantastic year. You guys were selfless, you guys were motivated, and overall, like I told you in the beginning of the year, you were survivors. I want to take the time to thank each and every one of you individually. It's a lot of you, so I didn't want to forget any names. Alex, I want to thank you for your leadership. Anytime we needed any recordings or anything about leadership within the university or with housing, you were the first up. Great speaker, great student leader, president of SGA. You keep on pushing through. I know you're going to do great things in the future. I knew, aside from you always beating me in the iPhone pool game, you are a wonderful and courageous young woman. I've never seen you without a smile except for one day. And when that one day first hit, I knew it was something going on, and we worked it out, and now you'll be graduating as well. Drop down on some of those hair prices, and we'll be good. Chris, happy to have you along with my staff. You bring a new energy to my team. Everybody gets along with you, and you're the coolest guy on the planet. Kai, very calm demeanor, very successful young man, very, very smart and intelligent. And I just want to thank you for your grace and your leadership. You know housing. Deb, couldn't finish this year without you. I appreciate your sincerity and your generosity, and I hope that you come back to BC for the future. And I'm happy that you are back home, because I call home your BC, Baldwin. You've been in Baldwin and Cummins as a resident before. You've been in Cummins, and now you work here as a staff member, and you know where you belong. My RAs, we start with Maya. I always tell Maya, if the world had 10% more Mayas, it would be a way better place. She is the most selfless young woman that I have on my staff, and I couldn't have got through this year without her. My second floor RA, Shy, has about 20 jobs, but you bring a lot of energy and a lot of commitment to this one, and I know you're going to do great things in the future, and I appreciate you for your hard work. Kevin, my man, you ain't run enough with me when we did the run with the RD programs, but you are a diligent young man as well, and also have multiple jobs, so I thank you for always checking on me, telling me that I'm not in it by myself when I was doing my comprehensive exams, and when I had a lot of personal stuff going on, you always decided to check in because I kept that rapport with you as well. Cummins, which is actually my home as well, I want to thank all of my RAs for standing the test of time with some very turbulent and rough times with our young ladies, and I chose the right people. One of the first people I want to thank is Drea Mason. She actually graduated in December, and she was a very big advocate on mental health and just overall wellness and welfare of people. Her replacement was Paige. I'm happy that I brought Paige along. She was the right person for the job. Since you've come to our staff, there's been a new continuity, there's been new camaraderie, and everybody's just getting along way better, and I love it. So I'm glad I made the right decision. Qua, you oversee 2 floors because I know you can handle it. I call you Superwoman for a reason. And now that to see that you're going to be graduating and taking that bachelor's degree back to North Jersey, Newark, I'm so, so proud of you. Love your energy, love your commitment. You are a great, great young woman. Last but not least is Cindy. Cindy, you wanted to leave so many times, but only because of how overwhelmed you were with the year. But now that you're here and we finished, I knew that you could do it. And I need you to continue to believe in yourself and holding yourself accountable and taking that responsibility to the next level in your next position. You already got so many offers, and I know you're going to make a great RD and do very, very great things in the future. So overall, I want to thank everybody. We're all survivors. I'm so happy that I've had each of you on my staff. I'm looking forward to many, many more years to come. BC, where we inspire minds and cultivate trailblazers. Thank you.
Greetings. My name is Kalia Woods, and I serve as the Resident Director for the Phenomenal Blount Towers. To my wonderful staff, I would first like to start off by saying thank you. This semester has been far from traditional for us, especially without residents. However, you all were ready to serve in your respective roles. I hope that this experience has taught you how to be flexible and adaptable during the uncertainties of life. As always, I am proud of each and every one of you in your endeavors. Wishing you the best as we close out this semester on your finals, and even if you'll be graduating, that this is just the beginning of a world full of possibilities. Thank you.
Good evening, beautiful people. This is Mr. Lockett, Resident Director of Harper-Tubman House. It is great to see you all gathered here tonight, online here at the National Treasure, where we call home Morgan State University. As we honor the accomplishments of so many hardworking staff, professionals, and paraprofessionals, this message goes out to the best staff in the world, my RAs, the Harper-Tubman staff. Ladies and gentlemen, what is excellence? Merriam-Webster defines it as the quality of being outstanding or extremely good, the fact or state of excelling, superiority, eminence. Excellence means greatness, the very best. This whole year has been a very strange and unorthodox, to say the least. But as you all know, whether it's one person or 1,000 people on campus, excellence should be the standard. And I'm grateful that you have modeled it and embodied the word. You've learned to be flexible with the current times and current events that are going on right now, and you press through despite the distractions. You have served the residents well, contributing to their welfare and their well-being and their benefit. While services defined technically as doing good for others, I can easily tell that the opportunities presented have done more for you than even for them. In addition to your normal job duties, most of you have participated in student groups and organization events. You have been a leader in campus organizations. You have given your time, talent, abilities, money, and a love to things that mean something to you. And in return, you have likely traded off somewhere, downtime or for sleep, or in exchange for the feeling of accomplishment and reward. And through your efforts, you have some way touched the lives of others, directly or indirectly, including myself. I've seen so much growth in all of you throughout the whole year. You all had challenges at some point and level, but how you handled them was the key. The outcome is important, but so too is how you arrived at it. Every loss is a lesson, and we're at the end of the year, we are at a big W compared to the little small L's that we took. A true leader has confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the needs of others. You may not have come to Morgan or HT to set out to be a leader, but you have become a leader by the quality of your actions and the integrity of your intent. In the end, leaders are much like eagles. They don't flock, but you find them one at a time. And I'm blessed to have a staff that can rise to the occasion. Thank you.
Greetings. My name is Juana Socorro Aguirre, also known as Ms. Juana, and I'm the Resident Director of Marble Hall Gardens, where we never stop growing. Another academic year is over, and what a fluctuating one it has been. When the fall semester began, I would have never guessed how many adjustments would occur, but understanding that we are living in the middle of a pandemic, I knew that we would have to be very flexible and open to change. To all the student staff, thank you. Thank you for being here and assisting us with our residents. Thank you for your continued dedication. We seriously could not have done it without you. To the Marble Hall Garden staff, we've had our share of successes and we've had our share of difficulties too. But together, we have exemplified dedication, commitment, and compassion to half of the residents of the Morgan State University community. I know this semester was not easy, but I want you to know that I appreciate you and all that you have done for the community. To my senior staff members, congratulations on your upcoming graduation. There's a whole new beginning waiting for you. Best wishes on your next adventure. I will miss you very much. I couldn't possibly end this without saying thank you to the administrative team. Thank you for your help and your support during this school year. We appreciate all that you do for us and the student staff and residents. Thank you.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Desmond Adams, as you all know. Beautiful Rollins Hall staff, I want to say thank you for everything that you have done for maintaining the bubble with our athletes in Rollins Hall, although this year has been extremely challenging through the pandemic and, transitioning people back and forth from Thurgood to Rollins, but you all have stood up, accepted the challenge, and you all have worked through every problem and obstacle that you all have been faced with. I just want to say thank you again. You all have done great, and good luck on finals, and have a prosperous, great summer.
Greetings. My name is Chris Coleman, and I'm your resident director of Thurgood Marshall Apartment Complex. This evening, I want to take time to thank you all for your commitment, your passion, and your dedication to our department as a whole, but more specifically to Thurgood Marshall Apartment Complex. What we experienced this year was something that we could not foresee, so I thank you all for accepting the challenge and not allowing these circumstances to deter you and make you who you are. You actually accepted the challenge and allowed it to propel you to who you are and who you're going to become. Students, student leaders, and professionals of the future who will accept all challenges, all obstacles, and allow them to create a better and bigger person. So thank you for all you've done this year. My staff in particular, Ajane, Jared, Shubomi, Alice, and Michael. Michael, our only senior, I thank you for sticking with us, leading us, being our comic relief in times where we definitely needed a number of schedule changes, adjustments, on-call weekend shifts. I thank everyone for being patient, being positive, and taking it all in stride the way that you always do. So I thank each and every one of you, all five. Without this group of five, this year and semester wouldn't be what it was. So I personally thank you all and wish you nothing but the best moving forward. Thank you.
Each year, the Office of Residence Life and Housing prides itself in recognizing its graduating seniors. This year, we have a number of graduates who will be crossing the stage and starting a new chapter in life in just a few weeks. In keeping in tradition, each of you will receive your customized ORL&H white cardigan. I pray that when you wear it with pride, and you let everybody know how proud you are to be a Morgan Bear. Congratulations and good luck.
Annually, the Office of Residence Life and Housing celebrates our members, our family, our internal family, and external family, which make up the Morgan State University community. Because we know in the Office of Residence Life that our success, our ability to support and develop students is not something that we do in and ourselves. We need the support and appreciate the support from the university community and the individuals that make up the Office of Residence Life and Housing. This year, we have overcome insurmountable challenges. The first award is the Fog of War Award. The inscription reads,
for true leadership in a time of seemingly insurmountable challenges. And truly, I'm sure we all can agree that we faced what were seemingly insurmountable challenges. But it has been the leadership and determination of the individuals in the Office of Residence Life and Housing who have seen clear through all of the fog. I am elated, I am honored, I am so appreciative to have worked with a group of individuals who have been committed to our students in this time. And so this year, Fog of War Award goes to the entire staff of the Office of Residence Life and Housing. Richard E. Robinson Service Award. The inscription reads, "For service, commitment, and concern for student success." This year's recipients are Reverend Bernard Keel, Dr. Jacqueline Holland, Miss Marsha Price, Brother Olawade Owolabi, Brother Warren Howes, and Minister Clarence Wayman. The Extra Mile Award for service, dedication, and commitment above and beyond the call of duty for the Office of Residence Life and Housing. This year's recipients of the Extra Mile Award are Mr. Christopher Coleman, Mr. Lawrence Lockett, Ms. Taya Gaskin-Scott, Ms. Kalia Woods, Ms. Juana Socorro Aguirre, Mr. Desmond Baker, and Mr. Desmond Adams. Vision Award in recognition of acceptance and commitment to the vision of the Office of Residence Life and Housing and our commitment to student success. This year's recipient of the Vision Award is Ms. Kim McCalla. The Director's Award for excellence in seeing, accepting, and advancing the vision of the Office of Residence Life and Housing. This year's recipients are Ms. Nikisha McLaurin, Mr. Justin Hall, Ms. Maisha Spratley, Ms. Renee Bowen, Ms. Bisoye Otuyelu, Ms. Sarah Colbert, Mr. Taryn Morgan, and Ms. Christina Jones. The Spirit of a Lobby Award. The inscription reads, "To understand the need, to determine to change, to choose to transform lives. This year, I've had the pleasure of working with two individuals who in some ways didn't know that our collaboration and our research, understanding, and support for student success was immensely and still remains very valuable to me. This year's recipient of the Spirit of a Lobby Award is Dr. Chandra Myrick and Dr. Sylvester McKay. As the saying goes, it takes a village to raise and support and develop a student. And I'm happy for the collaborations, the support, the ideas, the willingness in these times on short notice to have a meeting to talk about how we could make our students successful in this time. So the Office of Residence Life have established a special appreciation award for those who supported the Office of Residence Life, knowing and unknowing, just by being great collaborators and great leaders. This year's recipients are Ms. Erlise Wagner, Mr. Ernest Burton, Dr. Kevin Bacon, and Mr. Mitchell Oliver. Additionally, I would like to recognize the members of CHUM, Chief Housing Officers of Maryland. We have, in this time, commiserated, few celebrations, cried, leaned. We've exchanged ideas, we've exchanged language, we've exchanged policies, we've exchanged procedures, and we have just been there for each other. And I immensely appreciate the time that we've met on these calls in the endless hours trying to figure out a way through this challenge. And I just like to say that this group, for me, has truly made history. Because in student affairs, often we do a lot of work. We are front-facing, and we face a lot of challenges, but yet we overcome. And I am immensely grateful for our collegialship and for our friendship. And so I would like to recognize Mr. David Gonkowski, Salisbury University, Mr. John Fox, the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, Mr. Kevin Pertee, Coppin State University, Veronica Scales, the University of Maryland, Melinda Jensen, Towson University, Courtney Thompson, the University of Maryland, Eastern Shore. This concludes the award portion of our program, and now we will be presented with a poem.
I look in the mirror and I say, who am I? Am I the man in the mirror who I see before my eyes? You see, I'm painting a picture portrait, but the picture's not so perfect. It's all pixelated and distorted. So I need to stop picturing. History is being written. I'm an unusual type of guy who don't need fake friends trying to say I need to fit in. Respect is what's given. Earning that is my decision. I'm gonna be somebody one day. If you can't already tell that, you're not listening. So who am I? Oops, I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay on topic. I can think about a million things at once till my mind blasts off like Team Rocket. I'm an actor, photographer, and a poet too. I'm a strategic communication major, so there's even more that I can Pikachu. It's from. Ain't nothing new under the sun. I'm a black man who would rather read a book than to pick up a gun. I'd rather father my kids than be a coward who runs. I'm a representation of what black excellence look like. And Baltimore is where I'm from. My name is Justice Georgie, and that's who I am.
Thank you for the reading of that poem. This concludes our banquet for this year. We thank you for watching and participating as we've celebrated our staff and our colleagues. I believe that truly we have learned how strong, resilient, and giving we are. My heartfelt appreciation to the ORL&H family, and I truly thank you for your commitment and service. Continue to make your history. We ask that you please subscribe to our YouTube channel and other social media platforms. There you will find other student support and success content. For more information, please see the description section of this video. Thank you.
Oh, you may not drive a great big Cadillac, gangsta white walls, TV antennas in a bag, yeah. You may not have change, a car.